Hey guys, it's True Voodoo. Welcome to my YouTube video. Today we're going to take a look at the new Tier 6 reward tank. It's called the Excalibur. It's a British tank destroyer. It's very unique, has a very boxy look to it, has a turret that can traverse about 100 degrees left or right. And this thing was probably my favorite reward tank out of the Tier 6, 8, and 10. And so thankfully, it's what you guys will be able to earn first. In this video, we'll talk about what it can do on the battlefield and help encourage you guys to want to get it. It's really a fantastic tank, and I'm excited to have it on my own account. So real quick, I'm running the rammer, optics, and vents. The view range on this thing is insane. So with optics, it's an absolute beast. With my crew, it's maxed out. This is a special account. It has every crew perk. So if you're going to say, oh, well, these games are biased because your crew is amazing. Well, the only thing that helps with aiming would be Snapshot, Smooth Ride, and BIA. If you're wondering what crew to get for this, I would recommend Sixth Sense, BIA, Snapshot, Smooth Ride, and then Repairs and Camo. That's, in my opinion, a great crew, and anything else is just a bonus. A lot of the perks honestly don't even matter. Armor, Jack of all trades, Eagle Eye. Deadeye usually I feel like doesn't benefit that much. Mentor. Really, if you get the core perks, this tank is amazing. And it is a crew trainer, it doesn't earn credits. You should be able to get a good crew on this very quickly. Guys, let's get right into the video and hope you enjoy it. So let's talk about the gun handling on this tank. This tank absolutely blew me away with its gun handling. It honestly reminds me a little bit of the SCRV, because that tank, you can expect it to reliably hit where you're aiming if you're going for weak points and things at extreme range. And this tank really did the same thing, and on very minimal aim time. So this shot was pretty close range, and I didn't aim that much. But when you see long range, it takes about a second, you let it settle, and I'm hitting shots at 300 meters to 500 meters pretty much right away. I bobble aim here because I'm bad, but you do have to predict the shell velocity a little bit. Partially aimed at range, I'm hitting. Long range, minimal aim, and look at this shot here. This is a great example. Very slim shot, and it was doing this consistently for me. Absolutely loved it. So next, let's talk about the mobility. So the mobility on this tank was great. I think it goes about 50 on flat ground, and uphill it actually goes about 20, 25, depending on the steepness of the hill. And depending on the matchmaking, you don't have to play this tank like a tank destroyer. I looked at the teams this game, and I realized that I did have the opportunity to go in and play more of an aggressive medium tank style role. And this tank really allows you to do that because of the mobility and the view range and the turret traverse especially. And just a quick clip so you can see it going uphill. So the mobility lets you get into these early positions combined with the view range, and you can get some really decent farms. Keep in mind that I do have good crew on this, so if you don't have a good crew, you can supplement with food to gain that view range. But look, I mean, first I don't know what the 64 was doing, but this is easy farm. I would never expect to have been able to do that in a tank like this. I had a blast with it. So up next, we want to talk about aggression a little bit. This tank, with the turret traverse and the speed and the gun and the handling, the whole package allows it to play more of a medium tank role. However, I would caution you that you do a lot of times have to expect to trade a 1-for-1, unless you can do what I'm doing here and come in where you're not the focus or the center of their attention, and you really can play good angles from above people using gun depression. But in a fight like this is a good example of what I mean. You have to be careful. I'm fighting a tier 5 tank, and I'm basically trading 1-for-1 and or bouncing because I'm kind of shooting quickly and I'm not aiming it very well. Trading 1-for-1 in this tank isn't what you want to do unless you have to. And I mean, at least it's nice to be able to have the option. So these are like tier 4s, I think. And I go in because I know I can kill them. I know I'm going to take damage. But it's a trade I figured was worth it to gain a portion of the map control here. And that's what I like about the tank, is that you do have the option to make plays like this when it's appropriate. But this would be the ideal here. You come in, you flank somebody. This is the end of the game. Of course, it's easy, but you're not getting shot, you're just pummeling them while they're focusing on the higher tiers or stronger tanks. So the traverse is one thing that really stood out to me in this tank. It can traverse in place so well and so quickly that it really can get you out of trouble if you are running it as more of a medium tank kind of play. And right here is in the middle of the map, and I play this spot all the time, but I often die while I'm turning around just because I get exposed. Usually traversing kind of moves you out of your safe zone if you're not careful. Right here it bailed me out. I was getting flanked. I'm able to turn extremely quickly and get shots on the guy. And in this situation, it shows a little bit of the traverse and the mobility. Allows you to get out of a situation that you might have thought would be beneficial, and I just fall back and I end up playing a sniper role later on, having a great game. So talking about weaknesses, I couldn't really find any with this tank. So I loved everything about it. I had fantastic games. I don't think anything ever really went wrong, you know, quote mark, but oh, I forgot about that. Okay, so let me think. Were there any other weaknesses? No, here, like, great gun. Oh, crap. Okay, maybe that's it, though. Oh, no. Okay, no, Artie was shooting at me this game. Okay, so Artie kind of likes to shoot at it. Let's see here what happens. No, I don't really think there's any weaknesses. It seems like a great tank. Alright, so yeah, let's just retreat here. Let's use our speed and get away from the Artie, which apparently loves to shoot at this tank. Let's see what happens here. 1, 2. Okay, the speed's paying off. This very fast tank, guys. Is that it? No, okay. So maybe it's a little bit squishy for HE shells. Yeah, and Artie. So I want to take a quick second to mention the camo. So it's fast. It feels like you can play it like a medium, but please be warned, this tank has full camo and food. And look at the point where this guy spots me right here. He's about 350, and he's a tier 6. You have to really watch your view range rings, and any closer than that, and you're pretty much always going to be lit. So you do have to make wide movement to make your timing very good. So the DPM on this tank was absolutely incredible. The KV-85 took a bonus hit from a teammate, but you can see here, if you play this correctly and you put yourself in the right spot, I mean, yeah, a Cromwell can have this kind of DPM, but will it hit every shot like that? No, it won't. You'll miss at least one. So this tank, with that kind of firepower, is just an absolute beast. I was in love with this thing the entire time I played it. It's probably my favorite reward tank out of the tier 6, 8, and 10 so far. And I know you guys are going to love this tank too. I'm definitely promoting it here, but it's a great tank. So I just want to share a little bit of my thoughts to conclude on this tank and how I feel about it. This thing, as a sniper, purely as a sniper, like what you see here, it's phenomenal. It hits most of its shots. The penetration suffers a little bit, but the accuracy makes up for it. I'd rather have high accuracy and low penetration anyways. And this tank, played like this in the hands of an average player who just wants to redline because they think they're a TD and TD should redline, it's going to be scary. It's like a T67 at tier 6. And I do predict that this is going to be a top 4 tank at tier 6. So there's the Cromwell, the T37, and the 85M, who I kind of consider as the top 3 tanks right now at tier 6. This tank will be number 4 behind them. On damage dealing, though, I would say it can be even higher. But on winnability, the scouting of the Cromwell at high tiers actually helps it get wins. And this tank clearly can't do that. So just based on that, I think that this reward tank is definitely worth getting. It was a lot of fun. It's very strong. It doesn't earn credits, but I would play it just for the enjoyment of it. It's really unique, and I had a blast. Guys, thank you for watching my video. I would appreciate it if you sub to my channel, share this with your friends, and I'll also put my Twitch channel in the description. I would love for you guys to come hang out with me on Twitch. You can just go to my channel, check when I'm available, and I'd love to see you guys there. I'm always happy to help you if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.